Yes, well, the reason that this significant number of what I hope are going to be very capable detectives have been taken away from serious and organised crime and terrorism to investigate their own is an indicator of the size of the problem that faces the Commissioner and the Met in general. They have so many wrongdoers within their ranks.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is we could say this is a positive move by the Commissioner.
Right.
Because he has very publicly said on a number of occasions that he is determined to sort this organisation out. And this would appear to be a sign of his commitment to doing that.
Don't you think most people would reasonably ask the question, if you're talking about things like drink driving, which everyone knows is wrong, surely a policeman, a policewoman does, violence, how did these people pass the vetting process in the first place?
Well, I think the vetting standards slipped dramatically and catastrophically in recent years because, of course, there was this need to hit the 20,000 figure that Boris Johnson so publicly stated, recruiting an extra 20,000 police officers back into policing throughout the UK. Well, they weren't actually extra police officers. They were an effort to try and replace the numbers that have been lost during a decade or more of austerity. And, of course, the lack of police numbers in terms of officers has had a dramatic and catastrophic effect on the level of policing provided to everybody throughout the country. But there appears now to be widespread political agreement that we need more police.
But don't you think this is a great time to be a criminal? I mean, if they're taking frontline staff away from actual policing to police the police, this is surely open season for serious crime.
I think now is a great time to be serving in the Metropolitan Police or joining the Metropolitan Police. And I'll tell you why I think that is the case. Because there is undoubtedly, and there has to be, unequivocally, there has to be a revolution within this organisation to get its act together.
Yeah.
Policing is so important to us all, wheresoever we live, that it has to be done and got right. Now, if you're within the Met and you're a decent officer and you're a decent human being, or you're thinking of joining, you may, I hope, in 2 or 3 short years, be able to say, I was part of the solution and not the problem. And you might be able to walk with your head held high into any kind of arena, to any audience, and say, I helped get the Met Police back on track.
So there's been a lot of talk about splitting the Metropolitan Police up into just taking care of the city and then the outer boroughs. Is that the way to go forward, or should it be overseen as one entity as it is now?
Strategically, that would be a catastrophe.
Why?
Because the Metropolitan Police covers all of London, including, out to the suburbs, where it then has boundaries with Kent and Surrey and the like. And because so much crime involves travel by criminals. A criminal will travel from East London to West London to carry out their crime, from north to south, and all other points. If you broke London up into 4 separate police forces, it would actually be 5, because we've got the City of London policing the square mile. And there might be different radio systems, for example, and officers would not be able to communicate. And strategically, in terms of large demonstrations, public order, we all remember the riots of not so many years ago, and policing large events like football and the like, strategically, it would be catastrophic.